peeps. How am I? Am I here? Hello? Hello, hello. They can't hear me? Okay. Am I good? Everybody give me a thumbs up. I have my team on the side of me now who helped me with this today. So thank you, team. All by myself. So as you guys see my headline, and I'm here by myself today. Edgar had a mandatory showing. Does that even exist? A mandatory showing all the way in the left side, and he's hurt my heart because I'm here by myself, but it's okay. It's okay. Today is Thursday. It's Time Out Thursday. I'm so glad to be here back in my hometown. I can go travel around, and let me tell you, by like day, I don't know if you guys feel the same way too, but by day 3 or 4, you want to come home. Why does that happen? And I'm having a blast. I'm having such a great time. And I'm just like, I just want to go home. I'm so used to doing, I guess, like my habits every single day of what I do. And when I go somewhere else, like I have such a great time, but I want to come back to my habits. Does that sound nerdy? I don't know if it does sound nerdy, but if it does, and it does happen to you, then we're all on the same page, right? So today, I do want to talk about, I'm by myself. I said, what can I talk about that I always get the most maybe questions on from other agents or just basically people in general who are like in business and don't know where to start when it comes to their real estate license, right? So as I mentioned, always on every single live that I talk about, or everything that I personally do on a daily basis, is pillars. So if I talk about real estate, then I'm really talking about your side of the job too. So it doesn't have to be real estate. It could be in general on what you do and want to accomplish as far as a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you're trying to do. Family, right? Our family is such a huge pillar that it does take teamwork to become I guess a unity or in one, and then it just goes down the line. Okay, so when we're talking about every aspect of our lives at time. So today I want to talk a little bit about the description that I have put on there. Hey Jackie, where were you 15 years ago? How did you even get through all these humps, all these roller coaster rides without wanting to throw up? Guys, I've thrown up many times, right? Because this business, particular business, will drain you. It will drag you. It will make you go loca, right? Edgar, I don't know how he deals with me. Much kudos to you, hubby, because I know you always see me in such a disastrous mode. But without that teamwork, right, of others, it really feels like you're doing everything alone. So let's talk a little bit as when I started. So I started about 15 years ago. I sat in that little pink office. If many of you are from El Paso, it was a pink little office there on Montana. And I would drive by it every single day going to the sheriff's office. And I'd be like, Real Estate Academy. Like, I wonder how you even join. Like, what's going to happen there? Like, what's real estate? It's something that I can possibly do, right? So I ended up stopping one day and I asked them, like, what are the classes? What's going on? What does this cost? What do I need to do to become a real estate agent, right? Mind you, I was serving the sheriff's department in a BDU uniform with my boots, my hair tied back, no makeup. I couldn't wear nails. I couldn't even wear makeup. And it was just a disaster, right? I missed putting makeup. I missed doing my hair. And so I said, well, that kind of sounds funny, right? Like I want to be a real estate agent because I wanted to wear dresses and makeup. But yes, that is kind of true. I wanted to be dressing up and I wanted to look boss and I wanted to go sell houses. That's all that I knew that academy did, right? But the whole thing looked fun. It looked fun on the other side. I saw many people making a living at it. But then again, I had to make a huge decision to leave a salary to come to a career that if you didn't bust your ass doing it, you were going down, right, guys? And I look over here because my girls are here. So that was a decision that I had to make. Do I want to keep a salary getting paid every 2 weeks? I was 25 at that time, to go into a commission-based real estate industry sales job that isn't going to pay me anything until I bust my butt. Well, guess what I did? I did. I left my job to go into real estate. What I didn't know how hard it was going to be 15 years ago when we did not have iPhones, we had Blackberries. Our maps were not on Google Maps. Our maps were like this huge from Circle K. You had to buy this map, and then after a while, throw it away and then go buy another map because you were like circling the locations. And it was just a disaster. Like there was times in the car where I would take clients and I didn't know where I was going. So I would have to go practice the night before to go find the routes and the houses and tell myself where I was going. So anyways, long story short, I started off at this small boutique brokerage and I started there and I knew the people. I was like so comfortable with them. It was like family and I had such a great time showing up. But when I showed up, I actually just did this. I just like sat there on the computer, big dinosaur computers. And I'm like, what's next, guys? Like, where's the sales? What? Like, where am I getting the leads? What's going on? Like, what am I supposed to do now? So that's all that we really had at that very moment. So let me see. There's a comment over here. Are you guys going to be building in the village at Westside Crossing? What? Danny, where? Oh my God. Okay, well, I will get back to you on that one really quick. Building in the village like an office, or are you talking about real estate? So that question I'll answer in a minute. So long story short, me being at that boutique brokerage did not only create fear inside of myself, I was so fearful because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start. And I was so fearful of asking questions because I didn't want other people to think I was stupid. But I literally had to not be afraid to ask the littlest questions just to get a deal going. I think my first year I sold like 4 or 5 houses. And that was because of my fear. I learned just to go and ask certain, the sheriff's office colleagues of mine, my friends, if they were selling. Those were the only bits of business that I had. From there, I ended up saying, this is something that I can't do. I'm not going to do this. This is too hard. I think I'm going to go back and apply for PD, or I'm going to ask the sheriff's office if they could rehire me because I was just a hot mess. So I lost hope, which normally happens, guys, to new agents, not even new agents, seasoned agents that are maybe getting away with 10 to 12, maybe less than 10 deals a year. Maybe you're comfortable with that, but you're still very fearful and you're still very scared on where to start, where to begin, who to ask, who to reach out to. And again, it's a fear that we all have together. So it's not because you're different, or it's not because you don't want to sound dumb. It's just the nature of us to be sitting somewhere and thinking we're bothering somebody, or fearful that we're going to get a wrong answer, right? So I ended up moving on to a franchise company. At that time, my dad had got me in ERA. And I will tell you, this is where my life changed. Not because of the company, but because of the people that I met inside of that company, right? So remember, a broker is just a broker. Like my logo outside is just my logo, right? If you all have been in the business long enough, it doesn't matter where you hang your license. It could be at the most luxurious freaking office in the whole wide world. It's at the end of the day what you are going to bring to the table, how you are going to brand yourself. Right? We're not branding the company. We're not branding the brokerage out there. We got to learn to brand ourselves because we are the independent contractor at the end of the day, no matter what. So when we become a badass agent, we can grab our license and go anywhere that we want to, right? But we must learn the tricks and all the tips and basically absorb anything we can from any leader that you want to follow so that you can get to that next level. So my whole thing today is, I started where you are, where most of us are. We're going into 2022. Am I scared shitless? I'm scared shitless. Like, I am like, honest to God, truth. I get scared shitless every day because if I don't have that fear inside of me, I know I'm not growing, right? But there's expectations that are delivered to me to end this quarter and go into 2022 rocking and rolling because I have so many souls behind me now that are depending on me to get them there. So again, that's a step that I learned from these team leaders that I joined to be able to get to the place that I'm at right now. I have big visions, big goals, but I can't get to those goals unless I implement them. So going back to this company, I joined a team because the team was offered for me to join into. And what better way did I say? I said yes. I said, screw it. This team leader told me, hey, I'm going to take you in. I'm going to take you in. I'm going to show you the ropes in new construction. You can't be a complainer. You can't be this. You can't be that. You just basically shut up and work. And I'm not kidding you. You probably know who this mentor is because you've ran into him before. That was Victor Alonso. So if you're on here, Victor, put a little happy clap face or whatever it is. He literally was the mentor that took me by the hand, put me in new construction. I learned new construction. I learned and I shadowed him. I chose to shadow him. I would be the one to be like, can I get in your car with you? Can I go to a listing appointment with you? Can I go to a buyer's consultation with you? How do you write the contract? And you just make yourself available, right? You make yourself available 24/7 so that you can absorb everything, right? So that you can become to brand yourself. So from there, that team that I joined ended up becoming a bigger team because that's when we left at Keller Williams at that time and I joined David Acosta's team. So I don't know if you all remember me on David Acosta's team, but there was about 25 of us. And every single agent was amazing on that team. I will tell you, I learned so freaking much. We went out of town. We learned from big team leaders, big mega agents. We traveled around the world and I was able to capture every piece of it that I could to incorporate to the person that I wanted to be for others and for my clients and for my team. So where I'm trying to get at again is me being able to join these two teams developed me. There is no way I would have made it being a solo agent if I kept being that stubborn agent and didn't open my mind to want to grow or learn. So what did these two teams do for me? They held me accountable. They helped me structure a calendar. They helped me do the small, littlest things that were probably so time consuming, like cleaning my house, picking up laundry, cooking food, washing my cars, what else? Getting my nails done. I was told that I was not allowed to do my nails until afternoon appointments. And I thought that was like so funny for somebody to tell me, you can't do your nails at this time because you should be lead generating from this time to this time. I'm like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, I'm supposed to be getting my nails done, right? So long story short, they allowed me to move my calendar around, to structure it, to make it a point in my life that if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. And the goals that I wanted to do and implement were going to be my results of action. So I learned so much from these two individuals that allowed me, after I took everything that I needed, not everything, but learned so much from what I needed, I just implemented right to myself as I went into a solo agent right after that. And then Edgar joined me, and then you guys know the goodness from there. So what, again, did I take from this is being unfearful of asking, because what I learned in those teams is if you don't ASK, you don't GET, right? If you don't ASK, you don't GET. And I'm going to say it on every podcast that I have, because I have literally made that an affirmation in my brain that I will ask in order to get. Because if I don't get it, it's because I'm not asking, right? So in this industry, you have to ask. You have to borrow. You have to duplicate everything that everybody else is doing plus more, and it's okay, right? So making my team feel, what else do I have? Core values. Basically, when you're creating in a team, you want to go to, or not creating a team, if you're thinking like, should I join a team or should I not? These are reasons on why you should join a team to get you going. You want to learn. You want to learn, what are these agents saying out in the field to these clients of theirs, buyers or sellers, that you can listen to and incorporate in your spiel, right? So when you're showing, you could say, oh my God, I just shadowed Michelle. I just shadowed Alyssa. I shadowed Jackie, and I shadowed Edgar, Claudia, Nelly, everybody out there. I really like the way she said this to the buyer, or what she said in that listing appointment really, really made sense to me. or it sounds good, I can incorporate that, right? If you were to do that every single appointment with your colleagues and your team, you are able to pick it up a lot better. You are going to be an expert master of your market because everybody in your team is shopping with different clients. So you have the West, the East, the North, all kinds of places all around El Paso. And if one is showing in Central, one is showing in Northeast, one is showing in Horizon in the new development, and you don't know those areas, but yet you just learned them because you drove them with them, that's another way of enhancing your material to be that El Paso expert real estate agent for your people, right? You want to make sure that you show them everything, not just something that you don't know. So that's another good reason too to join a team. If you're stuck at 5 units a year, 10 units a year, why not join a team that's going to encourage you to push you for double, right? Because everybody in the office is here at 9 to 11 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. I better be there, right? Because everybody is there. So if I'm there, I'm in the moment with them, and I'm lead generating with them, and I'm making the phone calls with them, and I'm being able to either do round robin or hear what they're saying. So if I make my calls, I could be better at it, right? Or know what to say to convert leads. Script practice, 30 minutes a day. Are you literally going to take your book and hold yourself accountable to script practice? No, but your team will. And those are back and forths that you can do on a daily basis because your team is holding you accountable for that, right? And some will even tattle on each other. This person didn't show up today, right? This person didn't show up. What happened? No, she was getting her nails done. I don't know. But anyways, then you guys could regroup and be like, hey, we did script practice. You weren't here, right? You weren't here. You weren't lead generating 9 to 11. What happened? So you have accountability right there. Accountability is everything. Whatever you guys put your mind to, it's how others are going to push you, right, to do it. I know I need a little bit of a push at times, or not a little bit, a lot of push for me to get to my goals. Core values. Join a team. I've learned this so much. This is so imperative, so important. You want to go into a team that really respects their true core values. Please listen to that. You really want to join a team and interview a team that has pure core values. If you have one bad apple in a that's affecting your core values on how your team is structured and follows, everybody's going to become a bad apple, right? Me and my cousin were talking about this over the weekend, and we were talking about fruit. If you have a bowl of apples in there and you have one apple that's rotting right there in the middle, what's going to happen to the rest of the apples? They're going to get rotten, right? So being together, and I always put it this way, Monday through Friday is what you need to do to give it your all, right? A few hours in the morning. After 12 o'clock should be your lunchtime, out in the field, showing, learning, interviewing businesses, so forth. Weekend should be your showing appointments, open houses. As a team, you guys structure that together, right? As a system. So Monday through Friday, you want to give it your all. I show up Monday through Friday at my times that I come in because I need to be that example for my others, right? If I'm not that team leader and I'm showing bad values and you do this and you do that, that's not a team. So you got to replicate what your other agents are showing you. So being here Monday through Friday, it's like a job. So you got to picture it in your head. Even though we're real estate agents and we get paid by commissions only, if we were at another job that was paying us $30 an hour, would we show up at whatever time we wanted to show up? No. Can we go on vacation whenever we wanted to go on vacation? No. Right? We got to make sure that we're treating others right, and that holds your core values together as one. I learned that a great deal because the teams that I have created before, I wasn't 100% experienced. So I was very fearful to even want to hire people on my team because I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to be the team leader for them? Because I had self-doubt in myself, right? I don't anymore. But now what I can do is be the team leader that I can for these other agents. But with that in mind, we have created our core values. Our core values are so important to us. And if anybody tends to break that, then they can foresee the door, right? So we got to be strong in that in whatever we do there. So culture, super, super important. Does anybody have other suggestions out there? Am I talking too much? Anything else, girls? What else do you guys think that I'm missing? I just get on here and I talk. I have not really like a script. So team leaders out there, as to me, when people say, how are you starting your team? Even if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, I say you start off by making a core value sheet, get your team together, your agents, and start writing down the things that are important to them. And that is the main focus that you want, because with that team core value, then you can start hiring the right agents that are going to be, that fit that core sheet in there. So with me joining teams, guys, it's helped me throughout my career tremendously. It's taught me how to be, aggressive in my goals. It's taught me how to face reality at times. It's also taught me how to, build growth within myself, in me, and grow as an individual. There's so much distraction out there in the internet. There's so much distraction, like that team, that group is better than this group or that group. Guys, any group you can join, any brokerage you can join. At the end of the day, it's what is that team going to do for you to grow as an individual. We all want to make money in this game, but if you're after this money here first, you're going to lose. So you got to have that self-development here to grow your inner peace, to grow your inner self, and really, really know and understand why you're in this business in order to make money second. I know it sounds like, what? I joined it because of the money. Well, I don't know what other sales job you can do that, you're just after the money, but there's so much more ahead of the game than chasing the dollar. And that's you, right? So until then, guys, I think I'm going to leave it off with that. I put some little sticky notes on what I wanted to hit. If you are that individual agent out there, you don't have to be a new agent. If you're a new agent and you were looking at that screen years ago before me and just looking around like so confused, what do I do? Should I ask that agent if I can shadow them? What are scripts? Where can I get the scripts? What's a CRM? Why are these teams offering leads? Where do I get the free leads? And you need a website. Maybe you need direction. You need to be held accountable. You need a team that is structured there behind you, and a team leader. Ask those questions and I'll direct you. We have many teams around here in El Paso that I do like their ethics and their professionalism. I try to teach my agents to be the best here in El Paso as far as respectfulness and selling with grit and grace, not selling to, like we just mentioned before. Until then, if you are stuck in that place, please reach out to me. I have resources for you and I have tools. I could give you a script book, something of value, right? A script book to practice. We have a couple of agents that just asked if they could round robin with us in the mornings from 9 to 11. They want to see how we lead generate. Our doors are always open for you guys, okay? We are in the business to share, because let me tell you, I will share as long as anybody asks me. If anybody asks me, they're going to get, because I'm doing the things that I wish I would have done 15 years ago. And that's not sitting in front of the computer and thinking people are going to come to you. We got to put in a lot of work in there. So until then, guys, let me know if you need anything. I will share the scripts down below on a link if you need them, or if you just need my calendar to talk on a one-on-one. Until then, guys, peace, love, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.